Amazon's leadership principles are integral to their hiring process. This video will guide you through the top interview questions related to these principles, providing comprehensive answers to each one. 1. Customer obsession. Tell me about a time when you didn't meet customer expectations. What happened, and how did you deal with the situation? In my previous role as a sales representative, there was an instance where a customer was not satisfied with the product they received. They felt it didn't meet their expectations and was not worth the price they paid. After they contacted our customer service team, I personally reached out to the customer. I apologized for the inconvenience and asked for their feedback on what exactly was wrong with the product. I used this information to understand their needs better and offered them a more suitable product as a replacement, which they accepted. I also gave them a discount as a goodwill gesture. The customer appreciated the prompt and personalized response, and we were able to retain them. This experience taught me the importance of being responsive and adaptable to customer needs. 2. Ownership. Describe a time when you took on a task beyond your usual responsibilities. What motivated you to do so? In my previous role as project manager, there was an instance where our team was understaffed and a critical task was about to miss its deadline. I voluntarily took over the task, even though it was not part of my usual responsibilities. My motivation stemmed from my commitment to the team and the project's success. I believed that by stepping in, I could contribute significantly towards meeting our deadline, and also set a precedent of ownership and initiative for my team. The task required me to learn new software quickly, but I was driven by the challenge and took it as an opportunity to expand my skill set. This experience reinforced my belief that stepping outside of one's comfort zone is essential for personal growth and team success. 3. Invent and simplify. Can you provide an example of process you improved or simplified? What was the impact? In my previous role as a project manager, I noticed that our team was spending an excessive amount of time on weekly reporting. Each team member had to manually compile their data, which led to inconsistencies and inaccuracies. I proposed to automate this process using a shared Google Sheet. By creating a template and formulas to calculate key metrics, I was able to significantly reduce the time spent on reporting and increase the accuracy of the reports. As a result, our team had more time to focus on core tasks and productivity improved by around 20%. This example shows that even small changes can have a significant impact on efficiency and productivity. 4. Write a lot. Tell me about a decision you made based on your intuition. What was the outcome? In my previous role as a project manager, there was an instance where my team was working on a highly sensitive project with tight deadlines. Based on the project plan, we were supposed to proceed with a certain method that was traditionally used for such projects. However, my intuition was telling me that this method may not be effective in our case, despite it being the standard procedure. I trusted my gut feeling and suggested a different approach to my team. There was initial resistance as this was a deviation from the usual plan, but I was able to convince them to give it a try. The outcome was highly successful. We not only completed the project on time but also with a higher quality output than anticipated. This decision based on my intuition turned out to be a significant turning point in the project's success. 5. Learn and be curious. Describe a situation where you had to quickly learn something new to accomplish a task. How did you approach it? At my previous job, my team was assigned to work with a new software that none of us had ever used before. Despite this, I was determined to master the program quickly to avoid any setbacks. I immediately enrolled in an online course and dedicated my evenings to learning the ins and outs of the software. I also reached out to a colleague who had experience with similar software for additional guidance. This hands-on learning approach helped me understand the software faster, and I was able to train my team afterward. This experience taught me the importance of being proactive and adaptable in a constantly evolving technological landscape. 6. Hire and develop the best. Can you give an example of how you helped a colleague improve their performance? In my previous role, I noticed that one of my teammates was struggling with their productivity. I didn't want them to feel singled out, so I offered an open workshop on time management strategies, which was attended by the entire team. After the workshop, I noticed a significant improvement in my colleagues' performance. They seemed more focused, completed their tasks more efficiently, and were generally less stressed. They thanked me for the workshop and said it had made a real difference in their workload management. I felt great knowing that I had positively impacted my coworker and our team's productivity. 7. Insist on the highest standards. Share an experience where you raised the quality standard of a project. During my tenure at a software development company, I was assigned to a project that had been lagging in terms of quality and deadline. I quickly identified that the main issue was a lack of standard coding practices and inadequate code reviews. I proposed to the team that we start implementing strict coding guidelines and thorough code reviews to help improve the quality of our work. This included regular meetings to discuss potential improvements and the consistent use of automated testing tools. I also encouraged everyone to be open about mistakes so that we could learn from them instead of hiding them. This approach not only improved our project's quality significantly but also fostered overall team learning and collaboration. 8. Think big. Tell me about a time when you proposed a bold and innovative idea. What was the result? In my previous role as a product manager, I proposed the implementation of an AI-based chatbot to handle basic customer service inquiries. I noticed that our customer service team was constantly overwhelmed with simple inquiries which took up a significant amount of their time. I believed that this AI chatbot could efficiently manage these queries, allowing the team to focus on more complex issues. After presenting my idea and potential benefits, the management agreed to test it. The chatbot was an immense success. It handled 40% of all inquiries, significantly reducing the workload of the customer service team. This initiative led to increased team productivity and improved customer satisfaction as queries were resolved faster. 9. Bias for action. Describe a situation where you had to make a quick decision with limited information. What did you do? In my previous role as a project manager, an unexpected issue arose that threatened to derail the project's timeline. We had a tight deadline and waiting for additional information was not an option. I quickly gathered my team and we reviewed the available data, assessed the potential risks and benefits of different courses of action, and then made a decision based on our collective expertise and the limited information we had. This approach allowed us to maintain the project timeline and ultimately deliver the project on time and within budget. 10. Frugality. Provide an example of how you achieved more with less in a project or task. In my previous role as project manager, we had a crucial project but a tight budget. We needed to design a product with high quality but limited resources. I started by prioritizing the essential features that would create the most value for our customers. Then, I motivated my team to think creatively and come up with cost-effective solutions. We used open-source software to cut down on costs and leveraged existing resources efficiently. We also negotiated with our suppliers for better rates. In the end, we managed to deliver the project under budget without compromising on quality. In my earlier stint as an event coordinator, I was given the task of organizing a corporate event with a constrained budget. Having a background in the arts, I used my network of talented, yet affordable artists, decorators and caterers. We also utilized in-house resources, using our own team for tasks like designing invitations and handling logistics. We even managed to secure sponsors for the event, further reducing costs. Despite our limited budget, the event was a huge success, receiving praise for its organization and creativity. This experience taught me the value of resourcefulness and innovation in achieving more with less. 11. Earn trust. How have you built trust with team or client in challenging situation? In my previous role as project manager, we had a client who was unhappy with the progress of their project. Despite our team's efforts and the quality of work, the client felt it wasn't in line with their expectations. Acknowledging their concerns, I called for an immediate meeting where I listened attentively to their issues and provided transparency on our project execution plan. I also proposed more frequent status updates and reassured them about our commitment to delivering the desired outcome. This open communication and willingness to adapt to their needs helped rebuild their trust. Subsequent to these changes, the project was successful and the client expressed their satisfaction with our handling of the situation. 12. Dive deep. Tell me about a time when you had to dig into the details of a problem to solve it. What did you discover? In my previous role as a project manager, we faced a significant delay during a crucial phase of a project. It was an intricate issue that required me to dive deep into the details to identify the root cause. I meticulously reviewed each step in the process, interacted with team members, and analyzed relevant data. I discovered that the main culprit was a lack of clear communication between two teams, which led to misunderstandings and misaligned expectations. This insight was instrumental in rectifying the situation. We initiated a series of cross-functional meetings to ensure everyone was on the same page and implemented a more robust communication plan. This approach not only solved the immediate problem but also enhanced our overall project execution efficiency. 13. Have backbone. Disagree and commit. Describe a situation where you disagreed with decision but still had supported. How did you handle it? At my previous job, There was an occasion where I strongly disagreed with my manager's decision to utilize an outdated software for project management. I voiced my concerns, presenting evidence of more efficient, cost-effective alternatives. However, the final decision was to proceed with the original plan. Despite my disagreement, I had to commit to this decision, as maintaining team unity was paramount. My approach was to focus on how I could make the situation work. I spent considerable time learning the nuances of the outdated software, optimizing it as much as possible to streamline our processes. I adopted a positive mindset and helped my team members navigate the software. This experience taught me the value of resilience and adaptability in the face of disagreement. 14. Deliver results. Share an experience where you had to meet a tight deadline. How did you ensure success? I was once tasked with developing a crucial presentation for a client, which was due in less than 48 hours. Given the limited time, I first delineated the tasks that needed to be accomplished and estimated the time each would take. I then prioritized the tasks based on their importance and complexity. I also involved my team members by clearly communicating the urgency of the task and delegating parts of the work. This allowed us to work in parallel, significantly reducing the time needed to complete the entire task. During this process, I continually checked on the progress of each task and made adjustments as necessary. By maintaining open lines of communication, we were able to overcome challenges promptly and collaboratively. Finally, I made sure to leave some time for review and refinement of the presentation. This enabled us to catch any errors or areas for improvement and to make necessary changes in time. In the end, we managed to deliver a well-received presentation within the tight deadline, which led to the successful closing of a deal with the client. This experience underscored the value of planning, teamwork, and effective communication in achieving results in high-pressure situations. 15. Strive to be Earth's best employer. How have you contributed to improving the work environment in your previous roles? In my previous roles, I have always aimed to foster a positive and inclusive environment. One way I have done this is by implementing regular team-building activities. I believe that when colleagues know each other on a personal level, it not only improves communication but also boosts morale. Another initiative I spearheaded was the implementation of a flexible work schedule. I acknowledged that everyone had different work styles and personal commitments, so I advocated for a system that allowed my team to work during their most productive hours. This not only improved work quality but also increased job satisfaction among team members. Lastly, I prioritized overall well-being of employees. I introduced wellness programs, such as yoga classes and mindfulness workshops, into the workplace. This helped to alleviate stress and promote mental health among employees. Through these actions, I was able to cultivate a supportive and energized work environment where everyone felt valued and motivated to do their best work. 16. Success and scale bring broad responsibility. Describe a time when you took responsibility for a project that had a significant impact. What was the outcome? In my previous role as a project manager at a tech company, we were working on an ambitious project. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the team leader had to step down, leaving the project in a precarious situation. Recognizing the situation, I decided to step up and take responsibility for ensuring the successful completion of the project. I reallocated resources, redefined the project timeline, and coordinated with all stakeholders to make sure everyone was on the same page. It was a challenging time, but my proactive approach and constant communication ensured that we met our deadline with quality work. The project was a success, resulting in a 25% increase in efficiency for the client. This experience taught me the importance of taking initiative and responsibility, particularly when it comes to large-scale projects with far-reaching impact. 17. Tell me about your most significant professional achievement. I can't forget the time I led a team of 5 in implementing a new software that streamlined workflows at my previous company. We faced many challenges, including resistance from staff who were comfortable with the old system. However, we managed to get everyone on board eventually by conducting training sessions, explaining benefits, and offering support throughout the transition process. After 3 months, the software was fully integrated, and the company saw a 20% increase in productivity. This achievement was significant because it showcased my leadership skills, my ability to work under pressure, and my persistence in overcoming obstacles. 18. How do you resonate with the principle, "are right, a lot"? I believe in the principle, "are right, a lot," as it emphasizes the need for strong judgment, decision-making, and the ability to be correct most of the time. This doesn't mean always being right, but rather having the capacity to make informed and accurate decisions based on the available data. I resonate with this principle by always conducting thorough research before making decisions, and I am not afraid to admit if I am wrong. This allows for continuous learning and improvement. For instance, while managing a product launch, I had to make crucial decisions regarding the product design and marketing strategy. By relying on market research and customer feedback, I was able to make decisions that proved successful, proving the principle, are right, a lot. 19. What do you think the 17th principle should be? In my perspective, the 17th principle should be continuous improvement. It is important for any individual or organization to constantly strive for better. This involves regularly evaluating performance, learning from both successes and failures, and making the necessary changes to improve. It also requires an open mindset to learn new things, adapt to changes, and implement innovative solutions to problems. I believe that continuous improvement is crucial in today's fast-paced world. It is not enough to just achieve a certain level of success and then remain stagnant. We must always be looking for ways to do things better, to enhance our skills, to increase efficiency, and to deliver better results. This principle encourages learning, growth, and innovation, which are key factors in personal and organizational success. It promotes a culture of learning from mistakes and seeing failures not as setbacks, but as opportunities for improvement. Continuous improvement also fosters a proactive approach to problem solving, where we are not just reacting to issues as they arise, but we are constantly on the lookout for potential issues and working on solutions before they become problems. 20. Tell me about a time you went above and beyond. In my previous role as a project manager, there was a critical project that was faltering due to the inexperience of the team. I decided to step in and work extra hours, even during the weekend, to guide the team through the project's intricacies. I provided them with training sessions, offered one-on-one mentoring, and led by example by working alongside them. This was not part of my job scope, but I felt it was necessary for the project's success. The team managed to complete the task within the deadline, and the client was extremely satisfied with the results. This experience taught me the value of leadership and the importance of going the extra mile when necessary. If you found this content valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips and insights. Thank you for watching.